Hello there YouTube, my name is Chuggy and today I'm playing some Battlefield 3, playing some Conquest on Caspian border. Yes, it's Caspian again, but I'm not in a helicopter at all this time, I promise. Today, well, this is a little bit of a, I don't know, ad hoc-y kind of video. Because today, well, I hit 1,000 subscribers. And I kid you not, and I genuinely mean this, I'm quite gobsmacked. I genuinely did not think I would get anywhere near this kind of, I don't know, subscribership. I don't know if there's really a term to put it in. Guys, thank you so much for all your support, all the subscriptions, well, just in general, watching my videos, even if you're a subscriber or not. The last, well, month really has been absolutely insane. I guess I just, I had a video or two in the right place at the right time, and well, they seem to be so well received. I always ask for the feedback on the videos. It always seems to be so very positive. For example, where people have said, try and improve this. I'll try and done, the best where possible. I mean, for example, I'm recording. I'm not sure if you can really tell from here, with a new microphone at the request of a few people. So, thank you so much for all your fantastic feedback. Thank you for watching, most importantly, and subscribing. Here's to the next 1,000. I say committing, I don't know, committing's the wrong word, but I'm definitely going to start investing myself quite a lot more in, I don't know, quality and whatnot. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm really quite amazed at how well this is all going, and I hope to carry on producing videos and such, which you all seem to like. So, guys, thank you so very much for all your support, all the subscriptions, all that kind of thing. You guys are absolutely bloody amazing. I'll stop jabbering there. Anyway, guys, today I'm talking tanks, and well, just in general tank tactics. This gameplay on Caspian you've already seen. Explosive, I guess, is one way you can describe it, but today I'm talking how I like to use the tank, how I think you can get the best out of them, and just general shenanigans you can get away with. So, advice number one to take away from this video is small arms and 50 cal do nothing. If you're the gunner in a tank or in a jeep or anything at all, as you've just seen, 50 cal rounds and smaller do nothing. You need explosives to engage a tank or a blowtorch. The tanks are bulletproof, as you'd probably expect, so just shooting wildly at them won't do you any good. And if you're gunning on a tank in a 50 cal, don't just shoot out of being bored or shoot at a tank, because it's the only thing to do. You've got to roll, check for flanking infantry, say, the odd suicidal support C4 who wants to blow you up, that kind of thing. Leave the anti-tank work and such to the main driver, the gunner. Let them deal with vehicles and such. You don't have a weapon appropriate to attack a tank. Keep an eye out for the infantry and the soft skin vehicles. I know I'm talking jeeps, Humvees, that kind of thing. You'll be much better placed, and again, don't just start firing randomly. The element of surprise is worth an awful lot. So just think twice before you fire. That will take you a long way as a gunner. One thing which always grinds my gears, even I should say, is I'm driving a tank or something and a guy starts firing randomly into the air, just for no apparent reason, and has given us away as a result. Anyway, I'll stop, complaining now. So yeah, the gun, use it on infantry and soft-skin vehicles, not tanks. It won't do anything. As a gunner, or well, actually no, let's take it from the other angle. Let's say you're infantry and you found you've come across an enemy tank. What do you do? Well, if you're not an engineer or, as I said, a suicidal support, you should probably think about running the other way. But let's say you're in a situation where you can't run away. How am I supposed to deal with a tank? Well, as you've just seen, I have kind of a little trick, which to be honest is fairly well known, but still. If you can get in the one spot where a tank can't see you, it's a blind spot, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 you'll be able to hijack that tank before the guy even realises what's happened. Essentially, as you obviously play in the game, you're by default reaction to every enemy is to shoot at them, when, whatever means you've got necessary. If you're driving a tank and you see someone, you obviously try and blow them up. Now, if you can get to the blind spot on a tank, the spot where it can't shoot, right beside it, 9 times out of 10 I'll guarantee either the driver will switch to the gunner seat if it's available, or hop out to try and shoot you. If you get the timing right, and more importantly, get the driver's attention, so he knows that you're there, they will jump out and you can hijack it clean as day. In fact, you've just kind of, well, not really seen me do it again. The tank is, well, about to blow up. So if you're, say, a recon, an assault or something, and, you're in a hot situation, a sticky situation, with a tank, try and steal it. Try and get up close and personal. Okay, you might die, that is the risk, but still, if you just stand in the middle of a street and a tank's facing you, you're gonna die anyway. It's worth a shot. And certainly, you know, the number of tanks I've stolen and then humiliated whoever's just got out of them, well, I've been doing it for years, since Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. It's a great little trick. And obviously, if you have the opportunity to steal an enemy tank, as I have done here, well, that doubles the embarrassment, because obviously that's one less tank that the enemy have to use. So a little trick there if you're infantry and you can't do much about a tank. Very useful to bear in mind. You know, and just, you know, keep an eye out for opportunities in the future. And in addition, actually talking about stealing enemy vehicles, say you disable a tank or a helicopter or something, don't necessarily blow it up completely and utterly. Try and steal it for yourself. Obviously, you know, if you're using it, the enemy can't. All good, all good. Anyway, how do I like to roll with tanks? Well, it's all, as you can imagine, all about the loadout, and I have a personal loadout which I think is probably the most versatile you can have. Basically, that is reactive armor, infrared imaging or thermal view, whatever you want to call it, and the guided shell. Now let me just talk through each in turn. So the reactive armor is pretty straightforward. You're given additional armor to the tank, so you get 3 extra plates, basically two on the sides, 1 on the back, and basically if a rocket or a 120mm shell or something hits it, it will basically take out that piece of plate, not the tank itself. So say I get hit in the side of the tank here, it will take out the plates, it won't do a single bit of damage to the tank. Very useful obviously for being able to sponge a bit more damage, and you know, if you're in a tank battle, you know, turn the armor so it's facing their gun is facing the armor there, so that you won't take any direct damage. Very useful tactic. Now, thermal vision is, as you can expect, all about spotting heat signatures. Now, do you think I would have been able to spot those 2 buggies as early as I did without thermal? I don't think so. In fact, really, thermal at that range, I'd say, is a bit unfair. Anyway, so yeah, the thermal does what it says on the tin, gives off, you know, heat signatures. Very useful for spotting, say, infantry which are trying to ambush you, or vehicles, you know, approaching across, you know, a massive field. All in all, a very nice unlock to have, and well, I still think it's a little bit strong, I don't know. Anyway, the guided shell, I think, is the tour de force, you know, the pièce de résistance of this setup. Basically, it allows you to do 2 things. First of all, become an anti-air machine using, well, the CITV station here, which is basically, it's the last unlock you get with the tank, and essentially it's a mobile solflam, really. It has a few modes. Itself has thermal optics attached to it, as well as, I think, a motion sensor. A very useful unlock. It's the last one you get, and when you get it, it's permanently unlocked. You don't need to use a sort of unlock slot or a perk slot to have it. Very useful. But if you combine that, the CITV station with the guided shell, you become very versatile. The guided shell is basically like a little javelin that you fire. And when obviously laser designated to a helicopter, it will track the helicopter, and in fact all air vehicles it will kill in 1 shot. Very useful for countering those pesky scout helicopters with an engineer buffing it up as they fly around. And in fact, in general, the guided shell lasering anything is very useful. It's a 1-hit disable to the rear of a tank, say. You know, very, very powerful combination. The guided shell itself, as well, allows for sort of overloading of the, you know, of the cannon or barrel or whatever you want to call it, which frankly isn't really realistic. Essentially, the reload times on both of the sort of weapons here, the 120 shell and the guided shell, are independent, meaning that you can fire both weapons within, you know, well, frankly, as soon as you can switch to each other. Very quickly. You can basically get 2 shells off for the price of 1. So for example, earlier in this gameplay you saw me engage a tank with the guided shell, fire it, and then I immediately switched to the 120 shell, fired that the second after. Very, very, very useful little tactic, and literally will win you tank battles when you're facing another tank just by having an extra shell to hit the target. Very useful to bear in mind. So essentially, that little setup, it makes you versatile, it makes you strong, and it, you know, alerts you to enemy threats earlier than anything else. And I can't recommend, once you've unlocked it all, this setup. Great setup, and well, it's made driving tanks and using tanks a lot of fun. So basically, that's all the advice I'm going to give on tanks. It's you know, it's all about you know, suppressing infantry. You know, only the engineer can do anything about you, and you know, making sure that when you come into contact with engineers or tanks, you know, having the upper hand. You know, being aware of them first, having the armor to stop them. Oh, well, in fact, as well, you know, even if you aren't an engineer, you know, the opportunity to steal, which is always good fun. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up the tank section here like that. Hopefully you'll find that useful, and certainly, you know, bear this in mind the next time you see a tank rolling down the road at you. Ambush it, hopefully they won't have thermal on so you get the jump on them. It's always fun to steal tanks, I guess is what I'm saying. Anyway, to briefly wrap this video up, well, I'm going to change my upload schedule a little bit. There'll be one video from here on in on Wednesdays and one on Fridays, and essentially, well, I'm going to be uploading the last of the Win series, Assault Win, on Friday, so keep an eye out for that. And, well, along with it, just as, you know, for this week only, is going to be, well, I'm going to start a Let's Play series. I've seen a few people ask, you know, let me, you know, start a Let's Play series or something like that, and well, I'm going to do a Let's Play Crisis, the original. I haven't played the game, I played the sequel, but not the original, so hopefully that'll be good fun to watch. Keep an eye out for that on Friday. Pardon me. Anyway, nice timing there, just wrapped up the game, and well, let's wrap up this commentary. So guys, thank you so much for all your incredible support. 1,000 subscribers, literally I can't believe I've got that far. Guys, thank you so very much for watching as always. If you could leave a like, dislike, what you think the video deserves, that would be great, helps me learn and improve. If you want to see anything in the near future, or anything, you know, just discuss anything, leave a comment below. And if you want to follow my videos any further, you can always subscribe. So guys, I have been Chuggy, thank you so very much for watching and subscribing. I'll see you out on the battlefield.